Peace. Wise King for Wise Words Media, and fight fans, buckle up. Tonight's one of those special nights. It's a bittersweet night as we say goodbye to one of boxing's greatest fighters of all time, Puerto Rico's own Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto made his professional debut in 2001. Around that time, you start to hear rumblings due to his success in the amateurs. You started hearing this guy may be the successor for Felix Trinidad as the next Puerto Rican star. And at first, many in the Puerto Rican public, a lot of people didn't really gravitate to him because he didn't have that magnetic smile like Felix Trinidad, or he didn't have that charisma that Hector Camacho displayed. But one thing everybody did recognize very early is his demeanor. He had that warrior demeanor, and we all quickly fell in love with that left hook to the body, or that other killer combination, the left hook to the body, right hook to the body, left hook to the head. We all fell in love with that very fast. And as he started to tear the lighter weights, he started to move up in weight, and the power carried over, the skill carried over, and he made history by beating the first Puerto Rican fighter to move up and win 4 titles in 4 different weight classes. No Puerto Rican fighter has ever done that. He won 4 titles in 4 weight classes. Making history when he beat Sergio Martinez for the middleweight title. So that was just, that was one of those moments where Miguel Cotto solidified once again that he is the greatest fighter in Puerto Rican history. He's one of those guys that just one word, it just takes one word to describe him, and the one word that does him justice is warrior. You know, he never ducked anybody. During 2007, when the welterweight division was crazy, he wanted to fight everybody. He was willing to fight everybody. He fought Mosley. He ended up fighting Zab Judah. Wasn't ducking Pacquiao. Would have fought anybody. Even was supposed to fight Floyd Mayweather back in May of 2007. They had a verbal agreement, but then Floyd Mayweather ended up rerouting and going the Oscar De La Hoya route because it was a more lucrative fight, he says. However, boxing fans got robbed from that, an undefeated Miguel Cotto versus an undefeated Floyd Mayweather. A Miguel Cotto who didn't go through the infamous plaster disaster because he was the only person that was willing to fight Antonio Margarito. Antonio Margarito was the most feared man in the division. In fact, Floyd Mayweather declined a fight with Antonio Margarito 2 times. Twice, the Margarito camp reached out to Mayweather and he denied it. He said he wouldn't fight him. And these attempts by Margarito to fight all the top welterweights was always being turned down because he was knocking everybody out. Only person that took the fight and took the opportunity was Miguel Cotto. And Miguel Cotto paid the price. Nobody knew that Margarito, everybody knew he was knocking everybody out, but we would later find out why. When Nassim Richardson, when he was training Shane Mosley, he was in Margarito's locker room and he was watching them rap, and he's like, whoa, what's that? And he noticed what was supposed to be gauze was hard and had cracks in it. Gauze is not supposed to crack. And that's the same gauze, or quote unquote gauze wraps, that he was supposed to have on during the fight with Miguel Cotto. Because after the fight, you saw there was like a red from perhaps the ink off the gloves. You saw coloring from the gloves on the pinky side of the plaster, and it was the same gloves, the same plaster that was found by Nassim Richardson. So you saw instantly there was a different Antonio Margarito, because in the fight with Shane Mosley, he got knocked out. He had no power. And Miguel Cotto eventually ends up fighting him once again. And that reminds me, Quickly, I just want to share my favorite Miguel Cotto fight. It was the rematch. The rematch that took place December 3rd, 2011. I remember I was working, doing mobile radiology. And I know the fight, I'm hyped. It's about 8 o'clock. Fight's about to come on in a couple hours. And I get a call. Stat X-ray. And it was in Hyde Park. I'm in Manhattan. If you look up Hyde Park, it's 3 hours away. So I'm like, damn, I gotta drive all the way upstate. I'm gonna miss the fight. So I go up there, I get upstate by midnight. I drive back, get back home at 3 in the morning. And who's sitting in the living room waiting for me? My father. He was my partner. He's the guy who put me on to boxing ever since I was 4 years, ever since I can remember, since like 3-4 years old. My pops used to give me the Hector Camacho curl for fight night, and you know, he instilled that love of boxing in me. So he's waiting at 3 in the morning, and he's like, "You still want to see the fight?" I'm like, "Yeah, I DVR'd it. Are you up for it?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm up for it." So there we go. We put on the fight, and at 3 o'clock in the morning, we witnessed sweet vengeance, sweet revenge. That was one of the greatest moments that I ever had as a boxing fan. That was one of the greatest moments I ever had watching boxing with my father, as we saw Miguel Cotto show and prove that first fight was a fluke, because those punches just didn't have the same effect. Miguel Cotto, when he was throwing 3-4 punch combinations in the first fight, Margarito would hit him with one punch and suddenly Cotto would stop and back up. This second fight, you saw Cotto walking right through those punches. He's giving them 3-4 punch combinations, boom, 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 and you would see Cotto, Margarito try to come back, and Cotto would walk right through those punches and come right through. So eventually Cotto got the TKO, which was a glorious night. Me and my father were going ballistic in the house, and it was a great moment. Great moment. My father, being Puerto Rican, took a tremendous amount of pride in Miguel Cotto. He loved him, and yeah, you know, that's just one of the great moments of Miguel Cotto's story career. He became the MSG Puerto Rican Day fighter. The night before the Puerto Rican Day parade, MSG always had a Puerto Rican fighter come in and put on a show, and he became that guy. And he's gonna be missed. He's gonna be missed. He's one of the greatest fighters of all time. And at this juncture, we just here at Wise Words Media just want to wish Miguel Cotto a happy retirement, and go get him on this last fight against Saddam Ali. Retire on top. And we here at Wise Words Media, we love you. The island of Puerto Rico loves you. And enjoy retirement, champ. This is Wise King for Wise Words Media. Peace.